Cool. Noah, hello everyone. My name is Jasha Lyons Echohawk, and I am the Census Community Builder with Oklahoma Policy Institute and Together Oklahoma. And you are joining us tonight for our virtual trivia night. We are proud to offer this event to all of you in the audience, and thank you for being here with us. You see I have a couple friends here, which I'll get to introduce in a moment. But I just wanted to go ahead and kind of ground ourselves in why we have to have this virtual event. We are very aware of the situation, the ongoing situation, the viral pandemic affecting all of us right now. And I just want to take the moment to give gratitude to our essential workers and our first line frontline responders, those doctors, nurses, hospital employees, of personnel that comes through and has to clean up or greets people coming in, as well as our United States Postal Service workers, our grocery workers, delivery workers, all the above. And as our state is continually opening up, we're still here just offering virtual events for those of you that choose to continue or are able to continue to shelter in place. So we're here tonight to encourage census participation and census engagement. That is crucial and critical right now because the census is a population count of the United States residents. So regardless of your immigration status, regardless of your age, as long as you were born on or before April 1st of this year, you need to be counted. The population count directs federal funding, which is up to $800 billion. That's taxpayer dollars. So if you've ever bought anything and paid taxes, or you work and you pay into taxes, those federal dollars get returned, and the population count controls how we shape our community, how to use those dollars, how much money needs to come back to our states, to our towns, to our communities. It happens every 10 years, and this is the first time, the first time it's been widely accessible online. So you can go to 2020census.gov. You can also continue to call in to the Census Bureau and fill out your census that way, or you can mail in the forms, as forms have arrived to some of our homes in Oklahoma. I'll occasionally drop some census facts here and there, but I want to get to who our guests are for tonight. Give me a moment to pull up their information. So right off, we have Brian Gemsler, who is going to be our MC. He's also known as Ryan Gensler, our Open Justice Oklahoma director. He directs Open Justice Oklahoma, which is a program of OK Policy that collects and analyzes hard-to-access public data in order to better understand our justice system. He is a native Nebraskan and holds a Master's of Public Administration from the University of Oklahoma and a BA in Institutions and Policy from William Jewell College. Next, we have Kyle Ofori, Director of Community Partnerships with the City of Tulsa. He will be representing Team Northeast. His main focus is the 2020 census outreach efforts, and he also participates in equity-focused community engagement efforts with projects led by different City of Tulsa departments. He is dedicated to eliminating racial and class barriers to opportunity through work in community and economic development. Next, we have our Southwest organizer, Jacoby Crowley. He is also our Southwest team rep tonight. Jacoby is a Lawton native and graduate of Eisenhower High School, and his roots in Southwest Oklahoma runs deep. He attended Southeastern Oklahoma State University and was the youngest person in state history to advance to a general election when he ran for state senate at the age of 25. Jacoby is also a host for a local radio talk show called The Revolution, where he is able to connect and educate the community on various issues. Finally, we have our Southeast Oklahoma field organizer, Roxanne Logan, who is representing for Team Southeast. Roxanne's love for political involvement began way back in the 60s. She learned that if people have a common goal and work together towards the attainment of that goal, they are usually successful. Through her experience as a Together Oklahoma chapter leader, she's been able to recruit members in the southeast part of Oklahoma and help equip them with tools they need to advocate for their communities. So I forgot to mention that you can play for your quadrant of Oklahoma. That basically means that 4 parts of Oklahoma we are dissecting by east and west of I-35 and north and south of I-40. So we've got Kyle in the northeast, we've got Roxanne in the southeast, we've got Jacoby in the southwest, and then I'm representing northwest Oklahoma. So please, comment where you're from, or as you sign in tonight, go ahead and add that to your name. With that, I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to our co-host, Ryan.
Got Roxanne.
Or Brian Gensler.
Yeah, ready? Okay. Sorry, there was the feedback. Thank you, Geisha. It's quite a fun honor to be hosting trivia tonight. I work very extensively with data each day related to our criminal justice system, but it's really not that helpful for us unless it's put in some sort of context, and where we get that context is usually the census. So if we want to know how many people are being arrested in a certain place or charged with a certain crime, that's interesting, but it's more useful if we know, how that relates to the overall population and how it relates to the demographics of a certain area as well. We've done some studies that looked at, for instance, court debt. So people who are charged with crimes end up getting, thank you very much, end up getting fines and fees from the justice system that it's very hard to pay back. So thousands and thousands of dollars that they owe to the courts. And we did some analysis that showed that in the low-income minority parts of Tulsa, those places were getting much more of this court debt, much more of this burden was falling on them. So, lots of different ways that I'm sure the census intersects with your work as well as mine. So that's why the census is important to me. It provides context for everything we do at the Policy Institute. So, Kyle, could you tell us a little more about what your role is at Tulsa Counts?
Sure.
And what your interest in the census is?
Sure. So with the city, my role is Director of Community Partnerships, and with the help of several other volunteers and folks, we created Tulsa Counts, which is the sort of social media outreach arm for the Tulsa metropolitan area census efforts. So you can find us on Facebook at Tulsa Counts, Instagram, Tulsa Counts, Twitter, also Tulsa Counts. Our goal is to just get the census response rate, the self-response rate, as high as possible throughout the entire Tulsa metro area, so all 7 counties. And it's over the, 10 months that I've been working on this, that I've come to see just how valuable the census is when I'm looking for information just on my own about, okay, what are the things I want to know about a city that I might have been traveling to before the coronavirus outbreak. I would look it up on Wikipedia, but Wikipedia is getting that information from the census. And then it's not just me who's doing that, but any business that's deciding where they want to expand to, any affordable housing programs, or especially now schools and hospitals, those are all in some way being supported by the census count. So the more people, the more dollars that flow into the community. And knowing that this is just a once every 10-year opportunity has gotten me excited to do everything I can to let people know that filling out the census is crucial.
Thanks, Kyle. So there are 2 ways to compete in trivia tonight. The first is through an app called Kahoot. So you can go to kahoot.it to play online. You can also play in the comments on Facebook. Is that right? Facebook. So great. We have our first player. Welcome. Is it Noel? Noel like Noel Gallagher? Noel. Good to meet you, Noel.
Yes.
Thank you, Roxanne. Do you know Noel?
I do. I know him and his wife, Angie.
Very good.
They are from Ardmore.
Ardmore. Beautiful.
Okay, Ardmore.
We've got Malls Balls. That is my wife coming to heckle me. I asked her to do that. So she saw my mustache when I shaved off my beard today and shrieked. So I'm glad she doesn't hate me enough to join and participate tonight. It's usually around this time each year that I get sick of my beard and shave it off into a mustache. Sometimes I have a good reason for it. Sometimes I don't. You do not have to have the app to play Kahoot. You can go to kahoot.it on your computer, on your browser, and enter your PIN there as well. Or on your phone. Thank you, Jessica. Jessica, you don't see her tonight, but she is the brains behind this operation. She's very organized. Well, Jaysha is also the brains. We've got two, what are they called? Left brain, right brain. Are they hemispheres? What are they called? You remember? Is that a thing?
I'm about to look it up.
Thank you.
Sides of the brain.
Sides of the brain, yeah.
Hemispheres. They are called hemispheres, yeah.
The hemispheres.
Yeah.
Hey.
You learn about the census. You're learning about the brain.
Learn about the brain. It's all connected. Jacoby, how are things down in South
Yeah, go ahead.
Oklahoma?
I'm excited. I'm just excited. I'm like a kid right now. I'm really excited to play this game.
Me too.
And everything's going great in
How's the
Southwest
weather?
Oklahoma. Everything's going great. I hope everybody's having a great. Oh, it's pretty. It's Oklahoma. So earlier it was it seems like when you walked outside you were burning up. You can fry an egg on a skillet, and then later on in the day it seemed like you needed an umbrella and maybe a jacket. So it's Oklahoma weather.
Yeah, the great thing about Oklahoma is it was basically the opposite of that in Northeast Oklahoma today. Cool in the morning and very hot this evening. All right, we've still got we'll give it another few minutes before we start the game. We do have prizes tonight, if that gets your competitive juices flowing. We have gift cards of to give out to the top three. Top three players, both on the Kahoot app and on those who play with through the comments. So 2 ways to win, but you can only win one way. So $25. It's not nothing. So tell us about your day, Roxanne. How's your week been?
Well, so far it's been good. We are expecting storms tonight, though. So hopefully I can make it through the end of this program before my electricity goes off and knocks off my internet and everything else. So, but other than that, I've had a good day. I do make a point of every day reaching out to the members of our chapters in Southeast Oklahoma after I have consulted the information on the census website to find out what our current percentages are of people who have completed the census. And in Oklahoma this morning, we were only at 53.5% of people, and that's total, in Oklahoma that had completed the census. Ardmore is a little bit better. We're at 54.8, but still we've got a long way to go just because of the dollars involved. And like Jasha said, it was $1,800 per person for everyone who is not counted. So right now we're looking at billions of dollars. So we've got to get counted. We've got to make sure all our families counted, all our friends are counted, Joe Blow on the street is counted. Just keep talking it up and make sure everybody knows about it and is aware.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Roxanne. All right. Are we ready to go?
Let's do
Kyle's
it.
ready?
I'm ready.
Jacoby's ready? All right.
I'm ready.
Let's.
Oh, we got one more player too.
We got Little Red.
I'm ready.
I'm
I'm
from
ready.
Nebraska, where
ready.
we say "Go Big Red," so I might have an axe to grind with that person, but that's for another day. Let's get started.
Actually, Big Red is you, not Nebraska.
What's that?
I said, actually, Big Red is OU, not Nebraska.
It's both, I guess. I actually went to OU. I grew up in Nebraska, so I'm just Big Red all around.
Okay.
All right. Let's get this
Okay.
started. All right, we have 30 questions to get through. All right, if you were paying attention to what Roxanne was just saying, you might have a leg up on this question. For each person not counted in the census, Oklahoma loses about how much per year in federal funding? How much money do we lose? It's a lot of money. Any of these sums, I would be happy to have. What'd you say, Kyle?
I was
It's
just
been a
laughing.
commercial about this.
There's a commercial?
It's been a commercial. People pay attention. Yes.
Yes. Good. We had 80% of people paying attention. That's pretty good. I think any teacher in the world would be extremely pleased with 80%
We'll take that.
paying attention.
Who's in the lead?
And Noel with the lead. Very good. All right, we ready for the next one? These first ones will go pretty quick. An undercount of just 2% could cost the state of Oklahoma how much over the next decade? So until the 2030 census. Wow, 2030, that is strange to think about. Strange to say, coming out of my mouth. Jasha, where are you going to be in 10 years?
Oh my goodness, really? I'm day-to-day guy, almost minute to minute. I hope to be relatively comfortable and, you know, part of the progressive change we need throughout our state, and hopefully we're more equitable.
Yeah. Those are very selfless goals for the next decade. I applaud it. Very good. All
Maybe
right.
selfish goal would be like no gray still in my hair.
That's so good. All
They
right.
may die for
Let's hope it's better than the last 4 years, at least.
Oh, for sure.
All right. So we had 6 of our 10 online contestants get it right. $1.8 billion. That is a lot of money to miss out on. So make sure to take that census. I took the census, I think, the first couple days it was out. It took me about 5 minutes. Extremely painless. So I've got some trivia here. It's not on our. Oh no, it's not on our quiz.
A bonus question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is just for our organizers. What is the Croatian word for census?
Is it
No
census?
clue.
It's not census.
Oh, man.
How many words in Croatian do you know? I know one.
I don't know that
The
many.
word that I know in Croatian is
I
census.
don't know that language.
The word is pronounced
Poppy.
Popis.
Is anybody Googling?
What was that?
No. I want to Google so bad, but I'm not going to.
I know, right? Grandma
It's
Google
fun.
where you
If they're not like Latin or Greek based languages, they are just nothing like the word census, but they mean the same thing. So go out and look for all the words for census.
Are you gonna give us that word though?
Is that a
What's
hint?
the answer?
Popis.
How do you say it?
Popis.
Popus?
Popus.
Popis.
Ah, okay.
Popus.
There we go.
The more
Fill
you
out your
know.
popus.
Fill out your popus. All right.
It's 2020.
Noel is still in the lead.
He's
Malzbone.
running
job,
away
Noel.
with it.
What's that?
I said he's running
job.
away with it.
He is. That's pretty close.
Where's
1987.
Noel from? Noel, are you from Northwest OK? Northwest OK
No, he's
represent.
from Ardmore. He's in my area.
Panhandle, where you at? Oh, Ardmore, that's where
You got anybody from Guyman or Slap Out?
Slap Out, Oklahoma. We pass that
Slap
on
out
our.
Oklahoma.
Such a great
We
place.
drive to Guyman on and off. That's like a drop-off point for one of our children, and we're always talking about Slap Out. There's also
What's the
Balco
largest
in
county?
May, Oklahoma.
What is the largest county by area in Oklahoma? Sorry to interrupt you, Jasha.
No worries, please do.
Oh, no, it's-
That's
no.
Osage, Washington, Comanche, and Marshall.
The faster you respond, the more points you get on Kahoot, for those who didn't know.
Thank you, Kyle.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to say
I didn't
Comanche.
know
right?
Terrible host.
Comanche.
Oh, well, that's true.
Osage, Washington, Comanche, Marshall. Does anybody have a favorite county in Oklahoma? Favorite county name?
Comanche.
Comanche.
No bias there, Jacoby.
I like Sequoia
Um,
County because that's where my family grew up.
Sequoia.
So,
Great one. All right, Osage
Love
County. Number one
wow.
in area. Molly Bryant says Pushmataha County. Also my favorite. Just so much fun to say.
I heard someone call it
Sounds like a
push.
sentence, doesn't it? Hey,
Push
don't.
what?
It sounds like a sentence, like a full sentence.
Mhm.
Don't push Mataha.
Pushmataha.
No, but that makes sense. That was a good one.
All right. Half of our contestants chose Osage County correctly. Hey,
Say-
who saw the movie August Osage County?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah,
How is it?
it's been a
I
long
read the
time
book.
though.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's a good book.
What's it about? I haven't seen it.
It's like family dynamic. Gosh, it's been a long time. I can think of actors, but I can't think of like the complete story. But it's set up in in Osage County. I feel like they filmed it most like around Pawhuska area.
Mm.
Yeah. But it's like what I don't want to phrase like what the family dynamic is, but rather than just maybe like a difficult family dynamic. So it's kind of like if you're into, I guess, drama.
That'll make for a more interesting movie than, called Family Dynamics, Harmonious. I don't think that would be, it'd be probably nicer to be in that family, but less fun to watch.
Yeah. What's our next question?
I will tell you right now.
Yay.
Actually, not right now. Oh, Mossballs is on.
Oh, no.
Taking the lead. Congratulations. Oh.
I hope family members of OK Policy staff are eligible for these prizes because she's not in here. There's no cheating going on. I promise. All right, next question. How do I?
Come on, Sooner PCB.
All right. Which of these laws is related to the Census Bureau's confidentiality? Who is a census law expert?
Or who has heard from a census partnership specialist anytime in the past 10 months?
Cow.
A census. Yeah, I would.
You're right. It's me.
Title 1, Title 9, Title 13, or Title 20?
I will share that based on this law, it protects your data so that your responses cannot be shared with law enforcement, immigration agencies, or housing authorities. So for anybody who might have like a household situation where you have people that live there that are not on the lease, you're protected. So fill out everybody that's under your roof, please.
It's good. It's good information.
For sure. Aw.
Thank you, Molly.
My prize money back.
Such a good partner. Even when our partner was like this. So the answer is Title 13, Lucky 13. So Kyle, anything more you can tell us about Title 13?
I can tell you actually, I'm not sure if this is in Title 13, but I do know the fines and the potential punishment for any Census Bureau employee sharing information about the census. But I think it's a trivia question, so I'm not going to tell you what it is. We're just going to keep on the wraps.
Can't sneak anything past time. Can't sneak anything past him.
Nope.
All right. Another foreign language.
Oh boy.
Lithuanian. No, not Lithuanian. I don't know how to pronounce those letters.
Hit the speaker button.
Yeah, but some of them don't have it. Some of them just can't. Google can't even pronounce them. Those people are just smarter than computers. So in Dutch, census, volkstelling.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Who wants to practice it with me? Volkstelling.
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 Good. All right. We got it down.
We need to get that in the thing at the bottom.
And then, what was the other one I did?
I doubt I use that word very often, though.
Volkstelling.
Croatian.
What was the other one? Popis? Where was that from? I can't even remember what language that was.
Yeah.
Croatian. Yeah, Croatian.
Croatian. Thank you.
Yeah.
Popis. Volkstelling. All right. Look how much we're learning tonight. Who says learning isn't fun?
When Brian Gensler's in charge, it's always fun.
Yeah. So story behind my pseudonym tonight. The first presentation I did for OK Policy was for a couple of, not Rotary, but one of the other civic clubs in Stillwater. Kiwanis, maybe? I don't know. But, so there were two groups. I was exchanging emails with the head of one of the groups. They apparently called to the other group and spelled my name over the phone. And I think there was a fuzzy connection or something, because when I showed up, my name in the program was spelled Brian Gensler instead of Ryan Gensler, which probably doesn't sound that strange to people who don't know me, because either of them could be right. But everybody in the office, it gave us a pretty good kick. So it's stuck around for the last 4.5 years now. So Brian Gensler has staying power. All right, next question. Oh, Maury. Oh, Wendy. Wendy taken over. Look at that. Wendy S.
Okay, Wendy.
Get it.
Wendy was at the bottom and now she's at the top.
Started from the bottom.
And now we're here.
Thank you. All right. Sooner PCV now is actually at the top. So, but
What?
Wendy, you keep killing it. You're going to get up there. All right. Next question. How many languages can you complete the census in online? Probably, I'm going to say probably more than one.
Hey,
if we have this question.
you
But
can't
who
be
knows?
giving out the answers.
I'm not giving out the answer. I'm telling you what I think.
Just
It's not.
number one.
I don't know what the answer is.
Let the people decide.
We know it's multiple.
It's a red herring. Appropriately in red on the screen. Oh, only one person got it right. 5 languages online. Angie thought it was 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's something wrong with the key here. Because
Uh-oh.
Kyle and I are like,
Yeah,
So
so
what should the answer be?
13.
13.
Mhm.
All right.
So Angie got
All right. It's 13. We will correct that.
yay.
That's all right. All right. So we have, all right. So the languages are English, Spanish, Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean, Russian, Arabic, Tagalog, Polish, French, Haitian Creole, Portuguese, and Japanese.
Wow.
How many of those languages do our organizers speak?
None.
3.
3. Well,
Kyle,
maybe
what
2.5.
what languages do you speak?
English, Chinese, and some Spanish.
Wow.
Chinese.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a
Not well
I
enough
know.
to complete the census in Chinese, but
Right. I
I
know
did
a little
try.
bit of Spanish. You tried to complete it in Chinese?
Yeah, but it's been a while since I've read anything consistently, so
Where'd you learn it?
slowed it down. High school and college.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Getting ready to be an international businessman. That didn't actually happen, but that's fine.
You know what?
Still useful.
I mean, for all the majors of international business there are, I haven't met many people who went into international business.
Oh, okay.
That might be because I don't work in international business. That might be the problem.
Yeah. Never really know what the issue is. But...
All
So
right.
who's winning now?
Who is winning now? Sooner PCV. Killing it. Look at that. Opening up a wide gap. Keep it up. All right, next question. This is a fun one. What's the Oklahoma State amphibian? Not Oklahoma State University
Wow.
amphibian.
Disrespect.
The state amphibian of Oklahoma. Maybe Oklahoma State University has an amphibian too. But
I didn't know there was a
I couldn't tell
toad
you.
called midwife toad.
I went to OU. Anybody familiar with any of these animals?
No.
Yeah.
A midwife toad?
Well, American bullfrog. I have them down at the pond.
Yeah.
They're the ones with a real deep voice.
What can you make that noise for us?
No, I cannot.
It's Friday night. Live a little.
Hello.
All right, most people guessed right or just knew it. It's the American bullfrog, not the common parsley frog, which sounds very cute. Very, very cute. All right, moving on. Sooner PCV. What's your name, Sooner PCV? Give it to us in the comments. If you're not too shy, don't feel pressured. I don't really care. I'm not going to remember. Like, doesn't matter. All right. Next question. The first U.S. senator to give birth in office, and notably behind the change in Senate rules to allow newborns on the Senate floor. First U.S. senator to give birth in office. Probably not in her office at the Capitol, unless I'm mistaken.
Right.
Justin Best.
I would say
You should have said quiet.
You're killing it, Justin. So I don't think the senator actually gave birth in her office, but she did give birth while in office in the colloquial sense.
Feinstein. No.
Diane Feinstein. Feinstein. I always forget.
Fuck. I thought it was Feinstein, but you know.
I thought it was Feinstein. I don't know.
We're not Californians. Thank God, right?
Yeah.
All right, we're thinking on this one.
Come on.
All right. 7 out of 10 got Tammy Duckworth, the senator
Very
from Illinois,
Mm.
Ohio.
Is she still in office?
Looks like
Illinois.
Illinois.
Shouldn't have doubted myself.
Yeah, she's still in office.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a vet, and she
Yes,
was
yes.
the first. Oh my gosh, I think she's Vietnamese.
Oh.
Thai American.
I think I know
Excuse
you're
me,
talking about.
Thai. That's right. She's the first time American to be elected to office.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Nice. Ooh,
I just did
good
the
job,
wrong
Sooner. PVCB.
so we're gonna have to get back into this game. Bear with me for this one. It happens so fast.
Wendy lost all her points, she says. I don't know what to do.
I'm so sorry,
We
Jessica.
can
Just
figure it out.
because they're gonna have to clean up my mess here, and I sincerely apologize for that. I don't know how I did that. It was the forward arrow. It was the wrong forward arrow.
Oh, you cut our game short.
I just completely ruined it. I'm so sorry. We'll be right back.
Well, while we get this figured out, we will will roll through with some census information here. So I just wanted to highlight that this month of May is Asian and Pacific Islander American Heritage Month. And this month is the duration of all of May in the United States, recognizing the contributions and influence of Asian Americans and Pacific Islander Americans to the history, culture, and achievements of the United States. So we do have some questions that are related to notable Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. And like the last question was about Senator Duckworth. She is the first Asian American woman elected to Congress in Illinois. Again, she's the first member of Congress born in Thailand. She also is the first woman with a disability to be elected to Congress, as she is a double amputee. She lost both her legs while serving as a helicopter pilot in the Iraq War. So, pretty powerful person representing in the legislature for the nation, who happens to have been born in Thailand. And I believe she also grew up in Hawaii before she moved over to the States, or to the mainland, excuse me. Is there anything, Kyle, you would like to add regarding Heritage Month, or any work that is specific to the census count of our Asian American and Pacific Islander relatives?
Well, I do know that I believe there are some Asian American groups that are less likely to be counted. So one thing I'm very happy about is that the census is able to be offered in so many languages and with language assistance in more than just the 13. And then we have some folks here in Tulsa who are working with the Zomi community, which is a Burmese ethnic group, and they're doing a lot to get the word out about the census. I believe Mastermind Organization is the name of the group that's doing that. So if you happen to see any of Mastermind Organization's productions about the census, feel free to give them a shout out and share, because they're doing the work to help make sure that one of our Asian American communities is getting counted.
Perfect. I will go ahead and shout out, there will be a community conversation sponsored by CARE Oklahoma and the YWCA. It's called Asian in America, Representation, Criminal Justice, and the 2020 Census, which is happening Wednesday, May 27th at 1 p.m. on Facebook Live. Adam Soltani, CARE OK Executive Director, is this is the panel. It'll also have Serena Permanasud from United We Dream, Representative Daniel Pay, who represents House District 62 in Oklahoma and is also an SPI alum, which is Summer Policy Institute, put on by Oklahoma Policy Institute. And then it's including myself, Jaysha Lyons-Echohawk. Just going to talk about the census. I am in no way of Asian American or Pacific Islander heritage. But yeah, come to that event virtually on Facebook through CARE Oklahoma Facebook page and the YWCA of Oklahoma City Facebook page. So Jessica, if you can hear me, are we figured out? Can we continue to start? Are we still waiting for people to sign back up?
Got 6 of. Yeah, I think we're at 5.
Cool. We're getting people signed up. Apologies for the technical glitches, because I know mid-game there were a couple folks that got kicked off. So hopefully you can get signed back on, and then we'll roll with it again. I have to say I'm enjoying this time we have together.
All right. We will start it back up.
Oh, Sooner PCV back in the race.
Coming to reclaim his throne. All right. Here we are again. That's my real name. Write it down. All right.
Oh. Are we going to scoot forward through the first 10?
Let's make it a memory test.
Oh, okay. Don't answer these questions, folks.
This is good review, though.
We're trying to skip.
Thank you.
Yay,
Boom.
thank you.
Thanks, Boom. Appreciate you.
If we were in elementary school, this would be like a pre-test, post-test sort of thing. Largest county by area. Who remembers Osage?
I thought you were hitting skip through them all.
So everybody will be at an even playing field, which is kind of neat.
Title 13.
Like they'll have to earn it again.
I did write down the top 3 scores from last time. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the rest.
I think they should be saved on Kahoot. So I'm sure Jessica is at work cleaning up my mess, gathering all those scores.
The people aren't going to lose their points that they had accrued before
Correct.
something happened.
Before I screwed it up, you can say it, Roxanne.
Well, I wasn't going to say that.
Darn that Brian Gessler.
I know. What kind of name even is that? All right, this one too. Okay, this snuck up on me. What year was the first U.S. Census taken?
You can answer this one.
1810 is screaming out to me.
Lots of years ago. 1985. So that would be 35 years ago. That would be a very decent start. Not giving you any answers, but
Just a lot of hints.
Skeptical
Brian.
of the green square. Jacoby, how you feeling?
I know there's at least two answers that I'm already crossing out just off of, the time of it. 16, 19, and 8. My bad. I'm saying what I'm going to cross out. I don't want to give anybody any hints.
But you don't know the answer like Kyle or I do. So go for it.
But I'm just like 16, 19, 1985. That's kind of, that's iffy. 1985. That means my grandparents probably didn't get to fill out the census. My great grandparents. And I know they did.
All these hints, yo. It's okay. It's okay.
I might be wrong, but I don't think there was a U.S. Federal government in 1619.
No, probably.
Probably hard to do a census if there's no one to organize it. But what do I know? I'm a simple cowboy.
As opposed to the more complex cowboys.
We don't talk about
1790.
1790. That's, yeah. It's a lot of, how many censuses? Censi?
That would be 23.
23. This is the 23rd census.
Yeah, because it's every 10 years.
Amazing.
So maybe it was timely that they aired that Michael Jordan documentary this
Word.
year. Right?
It all lines up.
Mm-hmm.
This is why people believe in conspiracy theories.
Yes.
These weird coincidences.
Oh, I think this is the 24th, actually.
Is it?
So there goes our theory.
Wait. Kobe Bryant wore number 24.
24. Mamba.
Died this year.
Goodness.
Think
Rest
about
in
it.
peace.
Think about it.
Don't think too hard about it.
Don't think about it. All right. Let's go on before we say some things we're going to regret. Summer. It's a new day. It's a new game, and Summer is in the lead. Summer's
new. Hey, Summer.
All right.
We're trying.
How long do your census data remain confidential? 36 weeks, that's 9 months. 7 years, 45 years, or 72 years? That's interesting. I hadn't thought about census data
That is interesting.
confidential forever. But then again, if you go on like ancestry.com, right? You can go and look up your grandparents' or great-grandparents' census records. Has anybody done that?
No.
Yeah? You have, Jacoby?
I have, and
What'd
I
you
found
find?
out that the whole story that we heard about my grandfather was not true. He was actually from Arkansas,
Oh,
not Georgia.
Not Georgia. Interesting.
okay.
Any other tidbits?
I haven't done Ancestry, but I've looked at census data regarding Pawnee enrollment and found my relatives that way because I'm also part Pawnee. But this would be a good question for Henry Louis Gates.
Let's bring him on.
I know,
Mr.
right?
Gates.
No ringers.
Come on
No
out.
ringers.
Oh, he's not here.
All right, 72 years. That's a good long time. So hopefully
It's a
we'll
long time.
all
That's a
live
long
long enough to see our census data become confidentialized. What's the word?
Declassified?
Well, and I guess they set 72 years because back then they set it as a date when they thought when people weren't living as long and they thought that they would be dead by the time they were 72.
You
So it
got
didn't matter.
Sam.
That's good.
They didn't account for science.
They did not.
Idiots.
What?
I don't know. All right, Maury. Maury, I'm going to guess that's Maury Turner. If not, correct me.
Man, Maury.
Hi, Maury. All right. Let's keep it rolling. We're only through 10 questions. We gotta do less banter. The largest forested areas can be found in the blank parts of Oklahoma. Northern, eastern, southern, or panhandle parts. The great
Panhandle, represent.
Panhandle.
the great
What kind of
forest,
forest we got out there?
the great forests of Slap Out, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I'm gonna look this up.
Kyle is not a native
Is it in the
Oklahoman.
Panhandle or the East?
I'm not.
Oh my God. It's either Panhandle or the eastern part of Oklahoma.
Jacoby. I guess it's fine. Go ahead and share the hints.
No.
Really, I'm the only person.
Jacoby. It's
Nobody-
so
Tell everybody everything you're thinking.
Nobody can mess this up more than I did, so don't worry about it.
I told you I was excited. Gosh.
It is true. Yay.
Good. Most know the
It's
geography, the topography of Oklahoma. Green country. We call it green country up here.
That's why it's called Green Country.
Yes. All right. Maury. Still beating out Noel. How often is the decennial census conducted? Decennial. Any clues? Any clues in that word that we can decipher? Decagon. Decade. December. December is the 12th month. October is the 10th month.
Yeah, I started to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it Octo 8?
Octo is
Yes,
8. Yeah.
I think.
Right? Like
So it can't be every 10 years because October is. Oh, it is every 10 years. Never mind.
It's every 10 years.
Yeah. All right. We might have
census
given
years
that
are
one away earlier.
years that end in 0.
Years that end in
So-
0.
Mm-hmm. So every 10 years, 2020, 2030, 2040, 2050, and so on.
How many more censuses are we all going to see?
Oh my gosh.
That's interesting.
I got to stop talking about mortality. We're keeping it light.
Happy.
You don't need to be thinking about our eventual deaths. All right, Danny, you are the highest climber. Way to go, Danny. What is the largest program that census counts are used to determine funding for? Is it Medicaid, SNAP, that's supplemental nutritional assistance to assistance program, SNAP, supplemental nutrition, housing choice vouchers, Title I grants to local education agencies?
Alicia, we appreciate your honesty about this being tough. We've been doing this for a long time.
What's that?
Alicia said this is the hardest game I've ever played. And I recognize not everyone spends this much of their time thinking about the census, but we do.
Very few people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. It is Medicaid. There's a lot of money
Roxanne,
going through Medicaid.
would you like to say anything about Medicaid?
Well, the main thing I would like to say about Medicaid is that we have to get State Question 802 passed in order to receive all the funding from the federal government. I know that when I was working at a mental health clinic, that there were probably the majority of the clients that came in there. They had DMH funding, the Department of Mental Health funding to pay for their services in there and their prescriptions, but they had limited services compared to what a person with insurance or Medicaid had. The people who are currently enrolled on Medicaid had twice the services provided as a customer or a client who was just using DMH funding. So all of these people then, if State Question 802 passes, all of these people, or the majority of them that are down in the gap, so to speak, will then become eligible for Medicaid, and they all need to be counted on the census, which the more people that are counted on the census, the more money we will then get back from the federal government to pay for the Medicaid service.
For sure. Thank you for sharing. And
Wendy.
so yeah, so I'm sorry, Ryan. I keep interrupting you.
No, you go.
Okay, so I just wanted to add with that yes, completing your 2020 census, the data helps communities plan funding for hospital clinics and emergency services across the country. An accurate count helps public health officials know who is at risk, and first responders identify the resources they need to protect their communities. When we think about something such as needs of the community, public health needs of the community, such as Medicaid assistance and or thinking about this viral pandemic. Let's go, Brian.
Wait, who? Oh, yeah, that's me. All right. Going on. Clicked on the wrong window. I'm not going to end the game this time. I'm going to instead go to the next question. All right, Noel. You are in the lead, 4 correct answers in a row. Oh, wait, no, you're not. Balls is. Yeah.
What happened?
You're going to be rolling in the money. That's my wife. I don't know how many times I need to say that, but I just feel compelled every time to. I'm very proud. All right, next question. How many tribal headquarters does Oklahoma have? How many tribal headquarters of Native American tribes? This is a great question, and I have no idea. 45, 39,
This is a hard question.
58, 22. What's up?
Probably most people don't even know how many different Indian nations there are in Oklahoma, so therefore they would probably not know how many tribal headquarters there are in Oklahoma. I think this will be a big guessing. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
39. All right. Well,
Hey, they do know.
nobody guessed 45.
Yes, they do.
All right. We've got a lot of
Knowledgeable folks out here.
excellent.
Oh, don't click that.
Is that what that's doing? I can't figure out any other way to get rid of it.
Oh no.
I think, yeah, I think we might be.
Am I supposed to just let it go? Otherwise, like, it stays up here.
Try clicking the purple somewhere, anywhere on the purple. Just maybe not. Huh. Fascinating.
I have no idea.
Because, yeah, we got a comment from Noel saying I also lost all my points. So
I think you're kicking people off when you do that, but I don't know like how you move forward.
Don't be picking on the Southeast.
it's your encouragement to not.
Oh, there we go. There's a next.
You have to scroll down.
Oh.
These are. All right, we're figuring it out. I'm sorry, Molly. I'm sorry for kicking you out. The census often misses people if they are hard to contact, hard to survey and engage, hard to locate, or all of the above reasons. I'm so sorry. I've been kicking everyone out.
I'm always saying it.
Brian didn't want anybody
Mom always
to win.
said pick
I mean,
an
there's
easy
this,
answer.
there's this bar at the bottom that looks like it's, it's the footer. Like it just doesn't go beyond that. All right, everybody, almost everybody saw that there are many reasons why the census might miss a person, but very important to overcome those barriers.
Worth keeping in mind. Hard to engage, hard to survey. Those all come from a perspective, the perspective of the Census Bureau. But we rely on the help of our community partners all around the state to get the word out about the census for folks that it's easier for them to contact, easier for them to locate, easier for them to relate to.
Mm-hmm.
The message doesn't hit the same coming from everybody.
Yep.
So
Right.
gotta find the right
Point. Hard for them to engage, but not hard to engage. All right. I'm scrolling down now.
Mhm.
I'm not clicking here.
No.
70 minutes in, we are getting it right. How much did Oklahoma receive through census data gathered in 2010? That's 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
And it wasn't enough because we had an undercount in 2010.
Mhm.
So even when you
Yeah.
see this like billions, millions of dollars, like that's still like on an undercount. If we actually completed a full complete count, which is why we're here tonight, to encourage census participation, think about that, how much more we would have.
Because it was only like 75% of the people filled out their census in 2010, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
75?
7 out of 10 households, yeah,
Wow.
in Oklahoma.
So is there actually like 7 million people living here instead of like 4? It wouldn't be 7. It would be like 5.
I mean, with census data, it doesn't just distribute funding, but it could also determine redistricting. So we could essentially have another congressional district here in Oklahoma.
Yep.
Something to think about.
For shame. All right, we missed out. Oh no, we did. We received $9.3 billion.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the higher number.
Yeah.
Jacoby, what would you do with $9.3 billion?
I'll buy an island.
An island. Just live there by yourself?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we can
Anybody that
work
fills out the
remotely
census can come.
Nice.
Anybody that fills out the census can come and visit for free.
You can have a daily census on your island. Census
Yeah.
Island. That sounds lovely. I mean, as long as I mean, I'm envisioning a tropical island, but it could be, you know, part of a glacier for all I know. What does your island look like, Jacoby?
I don't know. I just thought about that because I don't want to just be like, oh, it's got to be so beautiful and, you know, with the waterfall and the mountain and the beautiful ocean. No, I want an island in Oklahoma. Just like
in Oklahoma,
just my own piece of land.
There's one in the Arkansas River.
I was going to say the exact same thing. There are some little ones, just a couple feet across.
There's actually some islands. There's actually some islands in Lake Texoma.
Oh, there you go.
Little small
Probably buy one and have a little left over with $9.3 billion.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
I don't know. Real estate's good business. All right.
Yes.
Scroll down.
Molly has returned with a vengeance. In the 18th century, which Asian Pacific Islander group was the first to settle in the U.S.? Chinese, Samoans, Filipinos, Hawaiians. In the 18th century.
Excuse me.
Does anybody know this answer?
I certainly do not.
I would have.
I do. I got a good guess.
Got a whining dog hanging out. Whose dog? Show us the dog.
She never learns. She never learns.
Hmm.
Come here, girl.
Got 8 answers out of. Maybe we got 9 or 10, depending on how many I've kicked out.
Wow, this is a long ticker.
I think we set it up for 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
We're not yet at 2 minutes.
Filipinos. All right. Who knows the Filipino word for census?
Oh my goodness.
Census.
Census.
Works nicely.
I think we can remember that one. Filipino. Census. At least that's how the robot pronounces it. Who knows if a person who actually speaks Filipino would actually understand it. All right, Mouse Paws coming away, pulling away from the pack. All right, we're halfway through, over halfway through. In the 2010 census, only 3 out of every how many Oklahoma residents participated?
This is why
I told this a while ago. I didn't intend to.
this is why we have to be
No,
careful
it just happened.
It's all right.
Roxanne just knows too much about the census. Just can't be contained in that brain.
Yeah, I guess I should have had the question so I wouldn't be spurting out the answers.
Well, also, the 4 of you are basically talking about the census all day, every day. You're doing a lot of education. You're telling people about the census. It probably makes sense that it's just kind of coming out of your ears right now. That's what OK Policy hired you to do, to have census data coming out of your ears. So, and that's why
Did anybody listen?
Well, so far, 53% of Oklahomans have listened because that's how many filled out the census.
That's quite good. You're getting there. All right, 3 out of 4 Oklahoma residents participated in 2010. You know, back in 2010, I couldn't grow a mustache. And look at me now. Look at me now.
10 years of work.
Did it take you 10 years to grow that?
Felt like it, yeah. Due to an undercount in 2010, how much did Oklahoma lose in federal funding? Hundreds, thousands, millions, or billions of dollars?
I like this question.
Is cajillions a real word yet?
Getting there.
Yet?
I remember trillions were
Somewhere.
really a big word.
Cajillions, like an estimate, like a estimable about?
I don't deal in numbers that big. Or that small. Who knows how big a cajillion is? All right, billions of dollars in funding.
That could have been
Let's
directly
not
towards my
miss
height.
out on billions this time around.
Yep.
All right, high top.
Good.
Some good improvement happening here. Plant question.
How much more blank is planted in Oklahoma than any other crop? What is the most popular crop in Oklahoma? Despite my appearance, I have no idea what the question. Well, I know what the question is. I have no idea what the answer is. It's still early enough that I can read.
Roxanne,
I'm not sundowning yet.
Yeah, I know what it is. I know what I think it is anyway.
what is it?
Well,
Well, I
I'm
know
not
what
gonna
I think
tell.
it is.
Huh?
I know what I think it is.
Yeah.
If we were in Nebraska,
I think it's
I would be much more confident, though. They named their football team after the crop.
Wheat.
Wheat.
Cornhuskers.
So the wheat huskers.
The wheat.
you have to go out to northwestern Oklahoma. That's all covered in wheat out there.
A lot of wheat.
Northwest.
Is the best.
Yep.
All right, Maury's catching up. Can your census data be used for law enforcement purposes or to determine your personal eligibility for government benefits?
No.
2 choices.
Sure. Yeah.
50% chance of getting it right.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
50% chance of getting it wrong.
Jacoby, you can always mute yourself.
Yeah, I'm that little
It was, Roxanne, I know how you feel now. Like, I was just like, I read the question and I answered it. Like, duh.
No. Roxanne doesn't feel the same way. She doesn't
All
do
right.
that.
One person got it wrong. The rest of us sniffed this one out. No, you cannot apply for government benefits through your census application. Although, how nice would that be? That would make things a lot easier.
Harder, easier and harder, depending on.
For law enforcement purposes, I would not be in favor of that.
Yeah.
Government benefits, I think that would be wonderful. All right, home stretch. How long is the oath that census takers take to keep your information secure? Census takers take an oath. Did I take an oath when I filled?
I did not know.
No. Sorry, census takers, as in
Enumerators.
people who, people who work for the Census Bureau.
Got it. So did you take the oath, Kyle?
No, because I don't work for the Census Bureau. I'm just with the city.
Do you know how long the oath is?
Yes. Will I tell you?
So, you might as well be a census taker.
No.
Can you recite it? Is that part of your training?
That is not part of my training. They didn't pass me those flashcards. But one day, maybe I will.
Maybe.
Sign up for the job. We have 4 census takers, or 4, not census takers. We have 4 census partnership specialists who I work with here, and they are excellent.
So what do they spend their days doing?
Strategizing, building partnerships with different organizations around all of Northeast Oklahoma. So getting social media messages out to folks, organizing Zoom meetings. This is what the 4 partnership specialists that I work with do. But the census takers are the ones who go around and follow up with people. I hope I'm not giving away a trivia answer. That would be bad. Follow up with people who haven't responded yet.
The more they know, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's a trivia, like just hopefully everybody's listening and taking this in and like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I got this. I'm empowered to do the census and to tell my folks and my family and friends to do the census.
Mm-hmm.
I will say right now, though, the numerators, the ones that actually come to your door to follow up, there's a couple like that are just coming straight to your door because your household is not, or your address listed is not one where they send out the code. You actually have somebody come give it to you. And then you have some that do the follow-up for those of you who got the code but didn't do the census yet. Because of the viral pandemic, that's been delayed by a couple months. So the census actually has been extended to the end of October. Enumerators won't actually be on the doors till about August. However, in Oklahoma, because of our state, they are sending a select few enumerators to drop off forms, but encouraging the public not to interact with the enumerators. They're just simply dropping off the forms, for which if you have problems filling out your census, you'd rather do it by the form, then you can certainly call into the Bureau and get assistance, or even hit us up at Together Oklahoma, and we'd be happy to give you resources or connect you to answers.
Excellent. Thank you.
Somebody picked 10 minutes.
Somebody took 10 minutes. I think I might have misled.
Yeah, maybe.
I think I misunderstood the question. How long is the oath? It lasts a lifetime, so they will keep your information secure for a lifetime, not for 10 minutes. I thought it was like how long is the actual oath that you have to recite? 10 minutes would be a very long oath.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think of it that way. So many ways to interpret.
Probably because you're not as dense as I am. All right.
All options.
Maury,
Oh, don't click.
did I?
Do not click
Oh gosh.
the orange bar.
Maury, stay with us, please.
We love you, Maury. Gary Locke was the first Asian American governor of a mainland state. What state was he from? I'm assuming he was governor of the same state that he was from.
You
But
never know. Oh, I see. Yeah. Here's that different ways to read a question issue popping up again.
We'll assume that it means it was the state that he was governor of.
Mm.
California, Montana, Colorado, Washington. All on the western part.
I'm a bestie.
West of the Mississippi. Jacoby, have you been to these states?
Montana, Washington, Colorado. 3, except for California. I've never been to California.
Did you have a?
Which is kind of weird because. Say it again.
What was your favorite state out of the 3?
Colorado.
Good place. But Washington was the state that Gary Locke served as governor. Anybody have any Gary Locke fun facts?
I do.
This is the first time I've heard this name, so I'm very excited to hear.
So we unfortunately misspelled Governor Locke's last name. It's Locke. And Locke is the first governor in the continental United States of East Asian descent and the only Chinese American ever to have served as the governor of any state. He was also the first Chinese American to serve as the U.S. ambassador to China. Let's see. He was in office from, oh, that's for the ambassador. So when he was governor was from 1997 to 2005. And then when he was ambassador to China, it was from 2011 to 2014. So fairly recently.
Gary Locke blazed the trail. You go, Gary. All right, Maury.
Good, Maury's still here.
Feeling lucky? Justin? What is the extended deadline to self-respond to the census? So for procrastinators like me, I did not procrastinate on the census, but I procrastinate on pretty much everything else. When do those procrastinators have? Until August, end of July, end of September.
Oh, what was the fight of that? I'll let you keep that to yourself.
No, that stays. There was an interesting thing that I didn't know about, which is the household, the race of the household, like head of household, is counted as the race of the entire house. So my wife is Native American, and
Yes.
yeah, I learned something, and it wasn't really a fight, right, Molly?
But that's correct. Anybody who's filling out for head of household doesn't necessarily have to be what is described as like the breadwinner or even the person with the job in the home. It's just simply who, as far as mixed race households or mixed ethnic households, you definitely want to put the person that for the household that you want to have recognized. So like in my home, we're a Native American home. Regardless of me or my husband, but as far as our tribal identity, that is up to us to identify that tribe. We're multiple tribes, so we probably we would want to identify within the community that we're living as those funds will get distributed, like where we're most of benefit to. And so, yeah, if you have, you know, a household with, mixed race, if it's white, black, white, native, white Chinese, you want to put that down. If you want to have a Chinese household, or if you prefer to have a white household, you could do that as well. But it's unfortunately that's how the census is right now.
I will say this is, I guess I don't want to confuse anyone. This is one issue that I've only ever heard of in the context of Native American households or households with Native Americans. I'm still trying to find out more about who uses the data in that way, but the more you know.
I will say NCAI, the National Congress of the American Indians, is a really good resource to follow up with.
I'll check them out. Thank you.
All right. Most of our contestants chose Halloween, and we're correct. Also, I believe Protestant Reformation Day. The more you know.
Oh, a new
Wendy
scoreboard winner.
See you later, Molly.
They're gonna be in trouble later.
We'll deal with that later. What is the only government agency that has access to your census data? Is it Department of Homeland Security, the Census Bureau, the CIA, or the FBI? Intelligence agencies.
The CIA knows everything.
Do they?
And.
Jacoby.
It would be interesting.
But they do not have. Oh wait, I can't give that. I can't give the information.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Jacoby leads us all down. And
Hold your tongue for just like 10 more seconds.
Somebody
The
said
Space Force is coming for your data. The Space Force, for some reason, is very interested in your demographics. The more you know, right? That's the theme tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
It really is. I wish Jessica could put like the graphics. We've used another streaming software for these events, and she can do so much with this one. But imagine the little sprinkles of stars.
If
The
you're
more you know.
if you're challenging her, you can bet it's gonna happen.
I really do believe Jessica is a wizard.
Yes, she is.
But the good kind.
Yes. Gandalf.
Yes.
So Jacoby, did you pick CIA?
No, I didn't. I know the answer. I was just leading people astray to the obvious answer. But anyways,
Yay!
Okay. Jessica Vasquez behind the scenes doing awesome things.
It is the Census Bureau. It would be very strange if the Census Bureau didn't have access to your census data.
They're the
Yes.
only agency that has
The
access.
only government agency.
Mhm.
So they cannot
we
share
need to
that
answer
with
that question
Right? Because of federal law.
for 72 years.
Right. Yay, we're all learning.
You ready?
Perfect.
Yeah. You got it.
Perfect.
Love it.
That's
It only took us an
right.
hour and a half to figure that out. We are killing it. Got kind of a hazy light coming over me now. All right, what is the highest point in Oklahoma? Mount Sunflower, sounds beautiful. Mount Scott, Black Mesa, Spiral mounds. Spiral mounds.
I've never heard of Mount Sunflower.
You've never heard of it?
Mount Scott is in
No, I've not heard of Mount Sunflower.
Comanche County.
You got a feeling on this one, Roxanne? Do you know it?
I think I know it, but given the answer previous.
Who's been to Mount Scott or Black Mesa or any of these places? I think I've been to Black Mesa. Jacoby?
I've
I've
been to Black Mesa
Mount Scott's here.
and Spiral Mounds.
What is Spiral Mounds?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a mountain? I'm
Little dirt hills.
Little dirt hills. Little dirt hills, Oklahoma.
It's not like a mountain range.
Well, the answer is Black Mesa, which 5 of us got. 3 of us thought it was Mount Scott, but now we know it's Black Mesa.
Your wife
Where's
is
it?
telling on you. She's telling on you, Brian.
I must be confused.
These
So
comments, excellent.
Spiral Mounds are a northern Caddoan Mississippian archaeological site located in present-day eastern Oklahoma. It's about 7 miles north of the town of Spiro, near the Arkansas River, and the Mount Sunflower is the highest natural point in Kansas.
Ah,
Oh, so it's not even here.
tricky.
Yeah. And then Black Mesa is 1,516 meters above sea level. It doesn't take much to be above sea level here, though.
Have you seen that topographic map of just Oklahoma, where it has the elevation, the 3D one? Crazy. The Panhandle just goes. It's yeah. I mean, it's obvious once you think about it, but you usually just don't.
Yeah.
Think about it. I haven't been to Black Mesa. Apparently, I have. I've been near it. I've been near Black Mesa. Have you been near Black Mesa?
Maybe
Molly on as a
Brian
co-host.
Gensler. Brian Gensler's been to Black Mesa, but not Ryan Gensler.
That's right. Molly is Brian Gensler, if we're being honest. All right, Wendy. Keep it up. You are cruising for a bruising. How many federal programs in Oklahoma received part of the $9.3 billion in funding guided by the 2010 census data? How many federal programs in Oklahoma received part of the funding we received through our census data apportionment? Lots of federal programs out there, but how many? A baker's dozen? I don't know. I don't know.
It's a hard one.
Thanks for clearing that up, Molly. You know, I asked her to come on and heckle me, and
Molly.
I'm getting more than I bargained for.
Oh.
55. Wow, a lot of people knew that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So some of those
programs.
federal programs are Medicaid, the Children's Health Insurance Program, Title 4E, which is foster care, Title 4E, adoption assistance, and the Child Care and Development Fund. Pretty important programs.
Very important. Thank you, Geisha. All right. Keep it Rolling. Wendy. Come from behind. Not victory. It ain't over yet.
Uh-oh.
The census will mark the blank time that the country has counted population since 1790. So in the first iteration of this game, before it was cut,
This
before
was
it live,
a while ago.
what's that, Roxanne?
Said this was answered a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think you and Kyle were talking about.
Yeah, we'll see who remembers.
Oh, it is the.
No. Don't do it.
I want to say it so bad.
24th.
Mhm.
24 times.
Good job.
Folks remembered.
That one
Kobe, Jordan.
Did we ever figure out what the plural of census was?
No. Let's Google it right now.
Pi.
Pie. Nice.
Is that
Right.
pi times?
Censuses. The plural is censuses.
Justin and Angie know what's up. Who was the first woman of color elected to Congress? Shirley Chisholm,
Oh,
Patsy
that's
Carol Braun, Carol Baskin, Deb Holland. Carol Baskin is not one of the choices.
yeah. Hey, I was looking like is it Carol Baskin?
It's a different Carol. It's really hard to think of any other Carol B.
Carol Baskin for her.
Is that southeast okay or southwest? Which side of I-35 is that?
I don't know.
What's the town?
It's not Thackerville, is it?
Thackerville.
Or is it
Oh.
Paul's Valley? Where's the former, or what is it called? The Tiger King's zoological
Oh, it's in Wynnewood.
Wynnewood. There we go.
It's in Wynnewood.
Wynnewood. That's yeah.
Yeah.
That's southeast.
Southeast.
Yeah. It's under-
Yes.
We got way off with this question.
Thank you.
You know what?
Yeah.
Carol Baskin ruins everything. So most of us thought it was Shirley Chisholm, but it was actually Patsy Mink. What can you tell us about Patsy Mink, Jasha?
I can tell you that Representative Patsy Mink was the first woman of color. She's the first Asian American woman elected to Congress, and also the first woman elected to Congress from the state of Hawaii. So technically, she is the first woman of color elected to Congress, representative. I think the first senator of color was a woman of color is Carol Braun. And then Shirley Chisholm followed Patsy Mink in the 60s. But Patsy Mink was also a proponent for, I believe, Title IX. Something about gender equality, though.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. 2 more questions. Making a comeback, Suitor PCV, before his victory was so tragically cut short.
Bye.
Who remembers at this point?
Yeah.
Who even remembers? How can you respond to the census? By phone, by mail, online, or any of them?
Sorry. Folks may
There's
know
something
why.
you'd like to share with the rest of the class, Kyle?
Yes, but I can't.
Good choice.
Safety first is the best way to respond to the census.
Mhm.
You can't respond in person, so. Or can you? I don't know. Can you, Jaysha? Is there a place where you can go and just say, "Count me"?
Oh, we got everyone.
All of the above.
Not officially.
Yes. People speaking out.
Yay!
Good. Tell everyone.
So I have a little known fact. So the first online U.S. Census actually took place in 2000, but the last minute rollout was so quiet that the Bureau did not push out any advertising or even issue a press release. So even though sometimes we say this is the first time it's been available online, it's the first time it's been widely known to be available online, this 2020 census. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
So they tried and
It was super last minute. I think what I read. There you go. We'll leave it at that. Moving on.
the emojis in there. All right. I think we've got one more question. Is that right?
I think so.
Yes.
Is anybody counting?
Mhm.
All right, Wendy.
This should be 30.
Big 30. Let's
All
go.
right. Last one. Communities that are not counted accurately could lose out on what in addition to federal funding? We've talked about the money, the billions of dollars, but in addition to that, you could also lose out on emergency funding, private resources. Parties. Parties are the worst things.
So enthusiastic.
Everybody knows that's the last thing you want to miss. Or is it?
And that's why you're here.
I really think this is one of the most important things.
What did you say? I think you cut out a little.
You said what, Roxanne?
I said, I think this is the most
What'd you say,
important
Roxanne?
reason.
Most
But
important.
then I'm kind of a nerd. Yeah, I think this is the most important reason.
Political representation. How come it's showing two answers?
Are there two correct answers here?
It's the
Well,
political representation.
Well, most people,
yeah.
political representation.
Nobody answered it anyway.
Good.
Right on.
Good. All right. Yeah, we can miss out on members of Congress, members of the House, if enough people
Mhm.
fail to take the census, which, well, they can be helpful or not. So, but we do want to be represented in all of our Oklahoman glory in Washington. So, yes, another very important reason to take the census. All right. So for the second half, High Tops in third place, Noel in second, and number one, Wendy. Way to go, Wendy!
Congratulations.
Spending your Friday evening
Yes.
and excellent work.
Where's Wendy from? I wonder if Wendy S will be able to post which quadrant. Northwest.
It was Northwest.
I know
Southwest.
Noel is from South.
Why she's gonna be Wendy S. Where you from?
Owasso. Okay, that's the Tulsa area.
Owasso.
Metro area. Congratulations, Wendy.
Northeast.
Very
Proud
proud
of you.
Way to go, Wendy.
Northeast Oklahoma.
So I'm going to interject
Awesome.
here and say that Wendy S., if you could direct message the Together Oklahoma Facebook page your email contact, and then we can get your gift card awarded to you. We will calculate the winner or the answers in the chat, the Facebook chat, and we'll get back to you after the weekend with the winners from those who are playing via Facebook. And then coordinate with you on your gift card. So with that, I will ask. Let's see. Let's go with Kyle, then Roxanne, then Jacoby, and then Brian with final remarks. Anything you want to mention, add, let us know what's going on. Kyle?
Sure. Final remarks. First, thank you all for being here and for gathering all of this census knowledge and having a good time with us. We hope that you'll continue to share the things you learn with other folks. Other things to know is that Tulsa Counts has set up a little city-to-city challenge between the city of Tulsa and Oklahoma City for which one can get the highest self-response rate by the end of May. So we're down to the final stretch. If you can tell your friends and families who live in Tulsa to respond, then that is going to allow us to hopefully have our flag flying at Oklahoma City's City Hall. I'm not going to say don't fill out the census if you live in Oklahoma City, but if you live in Tulsa, really fill out the census. And please follow Tulsa Counts. You can see the account there on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. We have an amazing social media team that puts out good and informational resources along with a little bit of fun. So follow us and keep up with what's going on with the census. You can do it right now from your phone. That's it for me.
Thank you, Kyle. Roxanne?
Well, I just want everyone to stay focused and keep bringing the census up if they have the opportunity to. And I know people get tired of me talking with them about it every day. But that's the only way you can keep it in the forefront of people's minds. And then just let them know that after they've actually filled it out, then you won't have to bother them anymore with it. But until, you feel sure that they have filled it out, then just keep on them. It's so important. The dollars that we lose by people not filling out the census. And what's real sad is many of the people who don't fill the census out because of lack of trust, or we can't get hold of them. They don't know how, they don't have any family, and especially hard during the pandemic with, having access to be able to fill it out. Many of them may have to wait until the numerators come to their doors. But just make sure you fill that census out.
Thank you, Roxanne. You didn't lose your lights, did you? You're all after dark there.
No, I haven't turned them on yet back here.
Sorry, just teasing.
Okay,
Jacoby.
I did pay my electric bill, I promise.
I just didn't know if the storm came through or you're setting a mood.
No.
Yeah, set the
Yeah, I can
mood.
turn them on.
No worry. Thank you for playing. You're doing great.
Oh, good. Just again, thanks everyone for playing. Just make sure you go out and fill out the census if you haven't already done so. Make sure that your loved ones or your friends or families or people that you work with have filled out the census as well. Just remember, undercounted means underfunded, and I just want to just drive that in as much as possible. Is when you're not counted, that means that funding will not be provided towards the state of Oklahoma, towards those designated particular organizations that can help out your particular family and also your particular community. So make sure you fill out the census. And great game, everyone. I hope y'all didn't listen to me because some of those answers are wrong. But great game, and thank y'all for having me.
Way to go, Wendy.
Thank you, Jacoby. All
Good
right,
job, Wendy.
Brian, Ryan,
Yes.
any final remarks?
Just one, and it's not so much a remark as it is. Just so good. Thank you so much for joining us. Jaysha, thank you for hosting and for inviting us all on. This is a great time, and the long weekend is a great time to go and tell everyone about the census. So be really annoying about it.
Word.
Coming out of your
Right.
Right on. Well, thank you again to all of you in the audience, those of you that are still with us. This went much longer than we anticipated, but it was all in good fun, and I hope you were just as amused as we amused ourselves. Thank you to Kyle Ofori over there at the City of Tulsa's office for helping plan this event as well. Shout out, shout out. Jessica too. She's behind the scenes. She's our OK Policy Communications Associate who's been really amazing at just highlighting the ways you can respond to the census, as well as throwing up our graphics, throwing up your comments. We appreciate those of you that left comments as well. Again, thank you to the team here. Oh yeah, thank you, Justin. And do your census. Before I let you go, we do have some events next week. We will do kind of our final run of events for May's virtual census events. May 28th, which is next Thursday at 6 p.m. We'll be again here at Together Oklahoma Facebook Live, Together Oklahoma Twitter, and Together Oklahoma YouTube with a live event. Musician Kaylin Faye will be joining us to play some of her original music, as well as talk about census engagement, participation, and importance. And then the Friday, May 29th, we will be collaborating with Choctaw Nation and have a live musician by the name of Braden Williams, who has an amazing story and a way to connect that to census engagement. He will be here with his original music as well on the same Facebook page, Twitter, and YouTube for Together Oklahoma. We will have some more virtual events coming in June. One will be a karaoke event, and one will be a Get Out the Count in celebration and honor of Juneteenth. So again, find us here at Together Oklahoma, any of our social media platforms. Fill out your census. Tell your people to fill out your census. Count all the babies. We need education funding like no other. With that, thank you. Good night.